Here's a question for you guys. Have you ever been on Facebook, you're scrolling along through the groups, and you come across a post here? Hey, let's check this out. The post says, who's your favorite Gunpla YouTuber? Have you ever come across a post like this? Chances are you probably have if you spent any time on any of the Gunpla Facebook groups. A lot of times, I think it's just the person who just wants to know about some different channels to watch. Maybe they want to know what other people are watching to see what are really the best channels to watch. But more often than not, the conversation usually devolves into people insulting the YouTube creators that they don't like, or competing or arguing about the YouTubers that they like or don't like. I'm here today to tell you guys two things. Number one, you're looking at the best Gunpla YouTuber right here, so conversation's over on that one. Number two, it's time to stop. This is just one of those examples where you just wonder, why do people get into this argument? Why do people even talk about this? Look, we got all the big Gunpla YouTubers out there. There's Prime92, OG big YouTuber. We got Mecha Guy Kotsu. We got the old guys who are not even doing it anymore. Robert 184. People are still talking about him and when having these conversations, still talking about, oh, I miss Robert 184. The dude's been gone for like 5 years. And you know what? Every time, no matter what, no matter who puts their favorite YouTuber there, someone else has a problem with that YouTuber. Someone puts their favorite YouTuber as Prime92. Someone else is going to reply, oh, her mic is terrible. Someone puts their favorite YouTuber as Mecha Guy Kotsu. Someone's going to say, oh, his voice drives me crazy. I hate how he manhandles kids. Someone's going to say, oh, my favorite YouTuber is ZakuAurelius. And someone's going to say, his videos are boring as fuck. Why are his reviews so long? Why is he so pretentious? People like different things. It's okay to like different things. Those of you guys who get wrapped up in this argument, let me ask you a question. Do you want every single Gunpla YouTuber to be exactly the same? Because that would be super boring. What about me personally? What do I think about the other Gunpla reviewers out there? Just the other Gunpla channels in general, doing reviews, or doing other stuff that's not reviews. I think the more channels that are out there, that's better for the community. Do I have personal grievances or personal preferences as to which channels I like or don't like? Of course I do. So I watch the ones that I like, and I just don't watch the ones that I don't like. The great point is that you have different perspectives. So you have different channels which have a little bit different perspective on the hobby, and you can go to whichever one that best suits your own perspective on the hobby. So if you aren't into painting and modifying and all that stuff, you just like building and you like collecting the Gunpla, then certain channels might be more appealing to you. If you're more into learning more about different techniques and things like that, just learning different things about painting or airbrushing or kit bashing, things like that, there's other channels that are going to be more appealing for you, and you probably have different personal preferences. Also, your age or just your general interests. If you're more into like watching channels like, I don't know, like video game channels or meme channels like Jacksepticeye or PewDiePie or something like that, then probably you're going to gravitate a little bit more to reviewers like Jobby the Hong or Mecha Guy Kotsu, because they have that same kind of element where they like to incorporate funny bits and memes more often and quick cutting and things like that, and all sorts of funny sound effects and all sorts of stuff like that. That's great. Those guys make very high quality videos, and I'm not discounting that at all. But on the other hand, if you like stuff where you're just more interested in just really learning something about the hobby, you don't mind a really dry, boring, long video just because you're interested in learning something more, then you might like more my videos or someone else's videos, like Justinius Builds, for example, makes a lot of really great videos, doesn't get enough love because there's just less people in the hobby that are interested in that sort of thing. And that's just the way it is. Let's just take a look. Alright, let's just take a look at a breakdown of here, and let's just start with something really simple. Let's just search YouTube here for a review of the HG Barbatos Lupus. That is a pretty recent kit, pretty popular kit, and probably almost, I would say, every single reviewer who's out there making Gunpla reviews probably made a review of this kit. So let's take a look at some of the statistics here. Alright, first one that came up is Mecha Guy Kotsu's, naturally. 186,000 views. That's quite a lot. Type B3, 176,000 views. That's pretty good. Oh, there's mine. 32,000 views. So that's quite a big difference. Do you think that there's any sort of actual competition out there between who is the most viewed Gunpla reviewers? It's very obvious who is and who isn't. Does that mean some certain reviewer is better than others? Of course, people are going to disagree. If we scroll down a little bit further, you'll see Mecha Guy Kotsu's review of the HG Barbatos Lupus Rex has 249,000 views. How is that even possible? There's not, I guarantee you, 249,000 English-speaking people on YouTube who are fans of Gunpla anyway. But you know what? Whatever the reason is, if the number of views makes someone the best, it's very obvious who's the best Gunpla reviewer. And if you're the kind of person who wants to know about what other channels to watch, that you're inclined to go onto Facebook, go into a group and ask, hey, what are your guys' favorite YouTube channels? If you're actually looking for new channels to watch, search on YouTube. But hey, you'll say, I want to ask in a group because I want to know other people's opinion on it. I want to know what other people think about that. Well, obviously people's opinions by definition are going to be different from whatever you're going to think about something. You don't know where people are coming from, where people's perspectives are, for what channels they like. So it's really just totally useless. All that said, hey, there's a ton of really great channels out there that don't have a lot of views, that have even a fraction of views that I get. And they deserve a ton of credit. There's a lot of channels out there where guys are working really hard, really trying to make their reviews, and you can question people's motivations. That's totally fine. You can question if people are just in it for the money, or people are just in it for the views, they're just in it to try to get sponsorship, to get free kits. Who cares? As long as the person is genuinely interested in the hobby and giving an interesting perspective or giving interesting information, then who cares? When I first started my channel, I never expected ever to get a sponsorship. I told my wife, hey, I want to try doing this, and I know there's a couple of reviewers who occasionally get sponsored kits, which it wasn't really as much of a thing at that time, so I never really expected it at all. Fortunately for me, it was very lucky that I came into the game right around the time when Henry quit and Robert184 quit, so there was a big void that I was able to fill in with some of my content, and I've been pretty successful at it, and that's fine. You'll see a lot of people, especially when it comes to doing reviews as your main draw of the channel, a lot of people think the way to be successful at a review channel is to review the newest kit as soon as it comes out, be the first one to get your review in, and that's going to get you the most views. That, in theory, is kind of right, but still, you're up against some channels that already have a huge subscriber base going already, and it's just not going to be the way. The way to differentiate yourself is going to be doing something different from what other people are doing. And there's also just things that you could get into about like how to trick the YouTube system to make more money or to get more views. Robert184 really pioneered this by breaking up his videos into a bunch of different pieces. Why do you think he did that? Number one, people aren't going to complain about the length of his reviews. Number two, they're very in-depth, so people like that. Some people can watch certain parts if they want. And number three, more videos means more ad revenue. If someone wants to watch your full review, they've got to watch 5 videos instead of 1. So that's 5 videos that you're getting monetized instead of 1 long one. Another thing that he did was putting the anime's name in the title. So that means people are going to find the video if they're searching for the model, or even if they're just searching for the anime, which a lot of people watch anime on YouTube. So if you put the anime's title in your video, that's going to get you more views too. But again, all of this is just related to the game of being a content creator on YouTube, where people have different ways that they want to go about this. That just means they have different goals for themselves, and it really doesn't matter. If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you like it, watch it. And to be completely honest, guys, I'm sure a lot of you can figure this out. If you're a fan of my channel, you've been watching me for long enough to know a little bit about my personality, you know that this video is partly just a joke. It's partly just in jest, and but it's partly in reality too, just because this is something I see people bring up. And you know, whenever the conversation comes up, there's some people who support me, and that's great, and there's some people who have criticism of me, and that's fine too. I don't know about other YouTubers, how much they care or listen or care to listen about the critique of their channel. I do care, just because rather than having people in a Facebook group talking about what they like and don't like about my channel, I wish that people would just tell me directly what they don't like about my channel, because that is helpful for me. I've changed things over the course of the time of doing this channel based on just constructive criticism that I've got from different people along the way. It's helpful if you're doing it in a constructive way. If you just say, man, those videos are boring as fuck, then you know that's not really all that interesting a comment in general. But I get the idea. Okay, so people think the videos are a little bit boring, I should try to spice them up a little bit, add a little bit of music, try and shorten up the length a little bit, and I've tried to do that over time. But if you ever watch any of my live streams where I'm just kind of just like talking by myself, you know, I'm a really long-winded person, and so my videos go on a little bit long. If you don't like that, hey. But hey, I know a bunch of the comments on this video are gonna be, ooh, throwing shade on other YouTubers, throwing shade on Prime92, Megakatsu, Robert, throwing shade on all these guys, hating on these guys. If you went back and talked to like some of my friends like within the hobby, like 4 years ago when my channel was like just starting to get a little bit big, What I talked a lot with them about, like privately at the time, was that I really enjoyed doing reviews and growing my channel a lot at that time, because I thought the larger platform just means the ability to reach more people. So like the views and getting sponsorship and getting whatever ad revenue from YouTube, which is very minimal, of course, all of that for me is nice. Of course, it's nice to have all those things as well. But the big thing about this is just that when I started, I wanted to get more involved with the community, with the Gunpla community in general. And as my channel started to grow, I saw this as an opportunity to have some sort of influence or have some sort of positive, I guess, effect on the community just by having a large platform. That means you're just able to reach a lot of people. So any criticism that I'm sharing of other YouTubers here is just basically taking a summarization of all of the conversations that I've seen on Facebook whenever people have these conversations, and just using that as an example to show just how pointless these conversations are. I don't personally have anything against any of the other Gunpla channels. I'm glad that they exist for people who maybe aren't big fans of the kind of content that I create. Luckily for them, there's other channels that may be more appealing for them, so that's great. You know, if you don't like my channel, if you don't like my opinion on kids, you don't like how long my videos are, there's plenty of other channels out there that you can watch, and guess what? It's all totally free on YouTube. But I know this video is just getting really redundant at this point, so in summary, when you guys are on Facebook, you know, or whatever platform you're looking through, and you see someone asking, hey, what are your favorite Gunpla reviewers, or what are the best Gunpla reviewers out there to watch? Here's all you gotta do. You either A, answer the question and just say whatever reviewers you like to watch, or B, just totally ignore it. It's all that simple. But it's the internet, right? And everybody's got a fucking opinion.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.